I think the added pressure was there because it was the thing I loved the most. I was just so obsessed with finding the perfect line, and I was so sure that, a bottle of ink and a brush was for me, and just like, well, you were tested and you failed. Which was ridiculous because I was 23. I don't know what I was expecting. The first item in my Storybox is the iPad Pro with Apple Pencil. Pretty much all of my comics originate at some point on my iPad Pro. Even if I'm doing something analog, I will probably start by doing thumbnails and roughs on my iPad Pro using Procreate. Inking digitally for 10 years ended up being the best thing that could happen because I had just a very sure line. I just felt like I knew what I was doing with confidence, and that's just putting in the work, doing the time. The second item in my Storybox would be my Pentel Brush pen. It keeps me moving. I don't like using nibs because you're constantly dipping it back into your inkwell. For me, it's just like whatever takes out any obstacles for me, that's great, because the more time I have to sit and think about something else, and it's a workhorse. I've honestly did an entire graphic novel with one, and I still have the same one. It's 10 years old. The next item in my Storybox are hair ties, because we're in a pandemic and I haven't gotten a haircut in over a year, so my hair is extraordinarily long. When I lean over, it's definitely in my face. The next item in my Storybox is a radio, which may seem weird, especially in this day and age of podcasts and streaming. There's nothing more relaxing to me than listening to baseball on the radio while I draw. So I always dial it in to listen to the Chicago Cubs, especially if they have an afternoon game. That's my team, for good or bad. There's nothing more pleasant. Nice warm breeze coming in, the smell of cut grass, listening to baseball on the radio, and drawing your comic. The thought of it makes me happy. The final item in my Storybox are a pair of walking shoes, which sounds kind of ridiculous. Danger of cartooning is just being chained to your desk, and so just being able to get outside, be around nature. I use that time to just think, to work through story problems or art problems or whatever creative problem you're working on. 10 minutes in, it sucks, this is pointless. 20 minutes in, what about this? 30 minutes in, you've got at least 7 ideas. By the time you're done, you're ready to come back to the board and get back to work.